like, how do you schedule your day? Like, how do you allocate time? Because it is the difficult one. I allocate my day, I schedule the day, I give slots for everything. But at the morning with the motivation, I will schedule my day. But I will be able to follow only 2 to 3 slots. After that, it will be
You already. I think motivation itself is a very Gen Z topic because we are all like, I need to feel motivated to do something. What happens in motivation, scientifically speaking, is you get a dopamine hit.
Yeah.
Where you probably see a Nikhil Kamath ka podcast and then you're like, no, I want to do something like him. I want to become him. What happens in your body scientifically is you get a dopamine hit, and it is impossible for a human being to keep that dopamine hit, your hormones to keep releasing that thing till the complete 24 hours. So rather than having dopamine hits and taking actions for that, I would say there is something called as entering into a flow state. So what happens, when you're motivated, you do something and then you get tired, then you have to push yourself. Get up, go do this, go to gym or eat healthy food. But you have to get into flow state. Flow state is something you enjoy doing it. I enjoy it. The thing with me is you can never defeat me because I'm having fun. Yesterday night I was here till 3 a.m. I don't think everybody can do this. It's not because I had motivation to do this. No, it's because I'm having fun. You have to start having fun with what you do. And that's the only way you get into something called as flow state. And flow state means that you're having fun at that so much that you no longer care about the result. But even what if you had nothing in this world to do, would you still do what you are doing? Okay, so even if I had nothing in this world to do, I would still choose to do this. I would still choose to read a book. That is my thing. I'm having fun. You give me more challenge, I'm happy to take it. Come on, let's go. I think that mindset will bring you in something called as flow state. Flow state is something where you're a little bit challenged. There is something, it's not everything, everything is perfect for you. You're a little bit challenged, so that's also a slight motivational push. But more than that, you're having fun. You see, you study athletes, you study anyone who is highly successful, they have fun in what they do. I mean, fun in the sense they enjoy the process more than being reluctant towards the result. That's why I told you. There is two things. Surrender without discipline is a drift. Now you cannot be like, oh, I cannot be motivated all the time. If you live that, you're just drifting from your way. But discipline without surrender is resistance. Means you have discipline, like you are motivated, but you are not surrendering sometimes. Surrendering in the sense you're holding too tight. You're always connected with, oh, if I did this, probably I would have got this result today. If I finished 4 tasks, I would have done that. So you have to have consistent discipline, but you should not be attached to the outcome. Connect with everything, don't be attached with anything. So that is the thing. You have to enter the flow state. You have to enjoy what you do. You have to wake up with excitement. Yes, this is who I am. You cannot wake up and tell, oh, not today also I have to get up, I have to do this. It happens. As human being, it's impossible for us to always be in that state. But there is also one more concept called as upward loop. Mike Tyson, no? So boxer. So when he had some issues and he went to jail, when he came back, his coach made him practice with a very weak player, so that he gets that spirit of winning. Okay, and once you start winning, it's always like start small. Like you wake up in the morning, your first win for the day would be like to drink a glass of hot water. Okay, you do that, then you're like, yes, next win, and you're in that continuous loop of upward spiral. That I have a necklace that is like a promise to myself for being in an upward spiral of life. So you have to be in that upward spiral, and you might have observed, sometimes one bad thing will happen in life, everything starts turning wrong.
Yeah.
Then again you wake up with a bad mood and your glass falls and so everything starts irritating you. So
think the day is
the day is wasted. No, it's just you have to shift yourself into upward loop and you are in that loop. Second thing is something called as temperature. So when you're motivated, you imagine it's like your body temperature. When you're motivated, you're presently when your normal temperature in your comfort zone, you're like 32 degrees Celsius. And when you're motivated, you're up to 42. And you know the temperature when it goes down, your comfort zone pulls it back. You know what? Do it tomorrow. Let's extend. So till your temperature adjusts to 42, you have to keep bringing your comfort zone to 42. So that is also one concept. Your temperature goes down, but you have to make sure your temperature is fixed to the level what you want.
And actually, I don't know what is feminism,
Okay.
but I have heard it. Everyone talking about it.
Okay.
So can you explain it?
Feminism, it's a very complicated definition, but to simply put it in words, feminism is about women's right and women's empowerment. And feminism is just more than what we can define. So it's biological, it's societal, it's economical. But yeah, I mean, feminism is very misinterpreted in today's society. They think feminism is becoming a guy. When we talk about feminism, it's not that I want to put up like 8 kg of muscle.
Yeah.
I want to drive, a car.
Yeah, yes.
Yes, I mean it's okay. You can do it, but it's not a replacement of men in the society. It's you women embracing their own feminine side of themselves, and the moment they embrace their feminine side, everything will start working in their way. So, but since it's a materialistic world also, see, for example, the whole schedule, women's hormonal cycle move based on the moons. Like women change, they have luteal phase, they have menstrual phase, they have ovulation phase, and men's cycle move according to the sun. You are all same till the 28 to 30 days. Women change, and for women to fit into the world that a man has created, our cycle, when women are changing, sometimes their sleep schedule changes. They don't fit into this 9 to 5, but they still come there, and it's because the world has been like that. We cannot keep complaining about that. But I think we as modern feminism, and it's not about toxicity. It's like men and women are not against each other. We are together in this. We men and women, we have built this civilization since Mesopotamia era, and we have come all the way to here. I think we are not against each other, and it's a very misconception.
Okay, but some of the person which I have met, like they're showing like the men's are trying to push the women's down, like they're showing it as against one.
Again, I will be very honest. It has happened. Like, how can you explain Sati system?
Yeah.
It has happened from both the way. But in terms of now, yes, there are, as I said, a lot of factors like financial, economical, societal. Just I told about how women founders do not get the investments as much as men founders, but it also means that women biologically are interested towards beauty, fashion, not towards tech, STEM or something. But these days we see that growth in women growing in STEM, real estate, coming in business, manufacturing, and yes, there are been parts of our society where women were not respected, not empowered, like few countries, and we shouldn't be taking advantage of our geographical location. Women in Afghanistan, women there, they suffer, like they don't even have the right to just live out of their house. And yes, feminism is needed there. We definitely need it there. And sometimes it is men against women in societies like that. And there have been a lot of speaking in terms of history, yes, there have been, but whether the society is healing and coming back to its state, also yes and also no.
And one more thing is, it's about Indian parents' mentality. So when you will be just born, and like when you started going to school at the primary school, they'll send you to hobby classes, like at which you are interested, and after that, like you will assume, like you will think after this many years, I want to be a, if I'm example I'm a painter, I will think like I think in future I want to be a good artist. So and after during their high school, they'll not allow the students, like they'll not allow their children to get into the hobby class, like what their hobbies. They'll focus on studies, and after they'll tell this year one thing, after this you can do whatever you want, and after that it will be like
After
PUC,
12,
college.
you do whatever
Yeah,
you
then
want,
after that,
degree, then
yeah,
get
degree,
married,
yeah.
go to corporate.
Then they won't be able to they won't be able to achieve their dream.
So I do get a lot of questions like this because as an institution we have to answer it. One, speaking about hobbies, there are a lot of fields. So when parents see students taking that as a profession, they see two things: stability and finance. Okay, so whether the hobby you want to pursue will give you the stability to pursue it. So having a hobby, having a lot of things is good and right, and also pursuing your passion is right. I have seen a lot of students who were just interested in music when they were studying there. Now they are rappers.
Yeah.
They have their own studio. They are doing great in life. We have DJs. We also have students who have become IAS. We have become IPS. Does this mean that IAS, IPS parents are disappointed with if they had kids like rappers? Whether rappers' parents are disappointed that my son didn't become an IPS, it depends on the parents and their mindset, because parents will always see you in two states. One is what is your financial stability. That is will be their first number one. Like okay, and second thing, they're born and brought up in a very contented environment. They don't have exposure like we all do, because we got when we started using cell phones were also the time when they also started using cell phones. We got it at a young age. We know we can make a career just by doing Spotify podcast. We know we can become a YouTuber and make better living. But for them to understand, it takes time, because we are in a shift. We are in the fourth phase of information era, and the way we grasp information is way different than they grasp. For example, my grandma saw something of AI, and she's like, Sagarika, come here, see this. There is this tree that's giving something else. And I'm like, no, I'm trying to convince her this is AI, this is not real. For them to, the way we adapt to AI, they take time to adjust, to adopt for them. And for the next technologies, and there is a gap, the gap with the shift, there is a lot of changes that has occurred, and we cannot always blame them, because at the end of the day, they are also trying to make sure you have a stabilized living. But we, as young dreamers, we have our own dreams. So it comes to a bottom line to have stability and also to pursue your dream. And how can you achieve that? Yes, you need to have a basic skill that can provide you for the dream you want to achieve.
So, ma'am, are you active on social media? Is it affecting you or helping you?
I do have a public profile which is just for work, and sometimes I post. I'm not doing it in the scale like you guys are doing. Hopefully,
No, like,
I
do you invest your time in social media?
like in terms of scrolling.
Yeah, scrolling, or it may be replaying.
I mean, I do have a lot of friends across world. So to stay connected with them, I am on Instagram and Facebook, of course, and WhatsApp. So yes, I do take some time of the day to just check what they're doing, where they are in the world, what's up with somebody else. My friends, not much. Like I am not into these celebrities or these trends and all. just me and my circle. I have a public profile that is just for work and to build my personal brand, but I've not rigorously started it. Hopefully soon, yes.
And do you choose time over money?
Do I choose time over money? With time you can make money, and with money you can make time. So it's not choosing each other. I see money as an energy, like it's just a resource, you know. It's like a lubricant. It softens the way and the path what you go, and it will always come if you are just doing what you're supposed to be doing and trying to build good businesses, build efficiency. It's all the basic fundamentals. I think my favorite quote, that one thing that has changed the way I look at world is it's a Latin phrase that says nihil sub sol mihi, which means that everything under the sun is said and done before. So you start a new business, the fundamental for success, the fundamental for improving, the fundamental for growth is already set and people have done it before. It's just you follow it, but what you can do is what is your uniqueness that you can add. That's what I believe as of now. So with time you create money, energy, resources, people, and with all of this money, energy, resources, you create time.
So I have one question. What is the one thing which is ruling us, everyone?
What is one thing that's ruling us? I think the exposure towards the world, it's an information era. We have so much of information every day. You wake up, you see the news, you have 100 different numbers, letters, headlines on the news. You open your mobile, you have 1,000 different messages. You go and talk to people are all talking the same thing. I think what's majorly influencing is see, across history it's always been trends. I mean, women used to wear certain hairstyle in French Revolution time, and the clothes they used to wear were different. The clothes we wear now and the hairstyle and the makeup we do is different. And across time there are certain things that define that era. And this era is more, I don't think we are in the information era. We are already ahead of it. We are on the ending phase of information era and the beginning of something new. So maybe information is something that influences. Like, see, just imagine how many numbers you have seen since morning. You wake up, you get in the car, you see the desired rating or you see the car number. Imagine how much influence that has on our brains. So what I think is definitely influencing is the information. So it's at an era before this, like a generation before this, information was power. Like getting to know something was a privilege. Like they don't have easy access like how we do. Now that we have so much overload of information, choosing what information to take is just as important. Like I think we just watch a movie and we are so influenced. I see this in young kids happening. They see a violent movie and they start acting violent. See, you see the power the information has on its people. I think information is such a powerful tool that it can either change the course in a good way or a bad way. There was a small community in Africa. It was against democracy and they had some problems. And their leader decided to release 3 good movies on democracy, and the whole people agreed to change to democracy. And you see the influence power and influence and the power information has on us. And I am very curated in terms of what. It's like what you let your body eat. If you keep eating junk, you're gonna get obese, you're gonna get diseases. And such a way, our brain is like that. What nutrition do I feed? Every day I wake up and I'm stimulated with so much of things happening around the world. Do I really necessarily need that information in my brain, or is it just a junk? Is it somewhere going to help me? Is it going to be a nutrient to my brain or just junk? I think information is something that influences us a lot.
Do you think film is affecting in this way?
Yes, 100%.
Because once what I have seen is like, have you watched Pushpa movie?
I've heard of it.
Yeah, actually the film is like they cut like some rosewood, some tree, sandalwood. They will export it. Actually, it's illegal. So after seeing that movie,
Everybody has got motivated to
three to four people, 3 to 4 cases has been made. Like they have planned like same way to transfer the sandalwood. That
Yes,
was
of course. And I think it's so much responsibility of us as a society that as if I am a film director, movie director, am I taking the precautious measures to make sure that movies reach to the only audience for the entertainment purpose and not everyone. Like there should be a measure because there are a lot of I'm just seeing this generation because I spend time with children. They speak very irrational things, like they're very sensitive, you know. They if some you parents cannot treat students the way they used to treat 10 years ago. It's illegal for you to even carry a stick in the schools these days and through government regulations, and they're very sensitive. You just say something, they start thinking, not just crying, they're very suicidal. We see almost every month across India, almost like couple hundred of students, attempt suicide. Why is that? Where is that coming from? Where are they getting? It's all the content they see on social media, movies, and movies especially influence so much at a young age. Parents, they are watching. Maybe parents are watching it when a kid is seeing that violating things on the screen. This brain is visualizing what he's thinking. Television, you know what that means? Tell a vision. Television, that's how the word is derived, television. And it's giving you the vision of what you should think. So there is a lot of influence, like all this politics, global politics that's happening, you see it in social media, but do you know it's actually the truth? Or you're just seeing through a screen where somebody is televising it. So you're taking the vision of that person, but in reality, is it truth or not? How will you realize? So it is all overstimulated, like the world has become very overstimulated, and the only new luxury is keeping your nervous system balanced. Like, do not get too excited, too affected when a bomb drops in Iran, and then you're just scrolling and then you're posting it on. So you don't know the whole story, what's happening there, and is that what is happening, or is it what they are projecting you to see to hide you from something very important that's happening? Something like Epstein files came in.
Actually, I
And
think,
to distract from that, there are so many wars happening. And even when I'm saying this, is it really the truth, or is it just the information I've got here? It's a big question. So, since AI is developing, since information is even developing, companies like authenticating the information have a huge scope. That's why cybersecurity companies are making huge money in India right now, across the world. So things like this, these are all part of evolution.
I think like ChatGPT is like one of the drawbacks it has, because actually I got admitted into a hospital. There I saw internship students. Actually they was given to treat me, but when the doctor said they was following him, but when the doctor went, doctor told okay, they were searching in ChatGPT for like this disease, how to cure that one, what is the illness, and after just asking ChatGPT, they came to me. I told no, I went out because now everything we can't trust on everyone, because what in like back days was like they used to study, they used to get information, and they used to like that was the exam. But now all the day they used to like enjoy, but at the day before like exam back day, they will go ChatGPT important questions and they will write that one. So I don't think trusting doctors in this days.
No, the thing is, we are constantly evolving. You see, we have 10 years ago it was IT, information technology. Then it's growing every day. If 20 years ago, imagine somebody came to your grandfather or your parents told there will be a random guy coming and delivering sabji or vegetables in the morning in front of your door, your grandfather would have like slapped you and said, "What? Some random stranger will come to my house, deliver something in a packet? What if there is a bomb in it?" You know. But now we are okay. Now we are adjusted. So it is. I think we are also in an evolution phase in terms of AI at this point. We think AI is a new thing, but AI was there way before. It's just in a in its paparazzi zone. Now everybody is talking AI. There are new things like quantum mechanics is next, quantum nanotechnology is next. Lot of things like this are already there and we are not able to see it. I think it's all about evolution and understanding what is truth and also managing it. If we all have good intention, no technologies are harm. But if there is something, a slight idea that we could do evil, it will happen.
I believe like the world is a cycle, because what I have observed is now at starting
5 मिनट बाद में आ जाओ, मैं बुला दूंगी, रेडी रख दो.
like I believe the world is like it's a cycle, because in the olden days you could have seen like totti money they used to call like it's a well house in village and after that no like everybody was hesitating to tell like I was having that type of house, and they have built like big apartments, but now they're going back to those houses and they're making like it's a
Yes,
resort.
there is a very common phrase, history repeated
And like
itself.
French Revolution, we have seen in Nepal. Like so, I think it's a real this.
Yes,
Yes.
of course. See, history is a proof that how human evolution has happened. And if you just observe the graphs, what we are going through, every century will have a peak and then it will come back and something else will happen and something else. And that's just evolution of human brain, human development. Like we grow as an infant, then we become adults, then we are senior citizens, and once you're senior citizen, you start acting like a kid again. You start thinking like kid. You know, it's an evolution. It is that way, and it will always repeat. I mean, we have seen that, but we have also seen what we are seeing is you have to break the pattern today or the loop will continue tomorrow. If there is no breakage of the pattern, the loop will continue tomorrow. So a lot of people have broke few patterns like women and patriarchy. You know, it's not like they're still going to the same mentality, but few things like health and aspects, as you said. First, Indians, we started accumulating Western cultures. We had our Ayurveda, we left it, we started taking Western. Now, Western people are taking Ayurveda and everyone, it's become a thing, no, we have to go back. Now you're told like, resorts. First it was completely luxury. Now they want to have real experience. So they will actually build a hut. They'll actually make you stay in the hut. You know, it was a normal thing. It was not a big thing. Now eating healthy has become a trend. But previously, when my grandma and my parents, it was just a normal food. Now we see a colorful plate where there is salad, where there is healthy made food, where there is no processed food. We think, oh, it's a very special thali that way, but that was a very normal thing for them. So it will always come back to the roots. Roots will not change. You know, human beings are built in some basic fundamentals: food, shelter, and security. That's it. And end of the day, when you come back home, you'll need peace. No matter how much of money is in your bank account, when you close your eyes, you want good sleep and wake up with good, happy mood. End of the day, right?
And like, do you believe in like having a balance in life, like 8 hours of sleep, getting a proper nutritious food?
The way I see it, by relating to my life right now, is there are two things: career and a life apart from career, right? So in career also there are two things. One, the boring stuff, you know, finance, stability, improving the efficiency of the organization, growing the organization. This is what I call the boring stuff. And there is a creative stuff like the vision. You have a big dream, you want to start a big project somewhere else. That is something exciting. So be very balanced in the boring stuff. Not boring in the sense as stabilizing, regular, consistent work iruttala. Be very balanced in that. You don't have to make your team work 12 hours a day, you know. But when it comes to the creative process, it's a two entirely different process. Now, if I'm sitting in my table at night about thinking about my new project, how I can do it beautifully, it's a creative process. I don't keep check of my time. I just do it even if it's 3 a.m., 4 a.m. I do it. Okay, that is how all the great people have done it. Have a stabilized, organized way approaching any man-made thing. That is very important. You see, science, technology, money, wealth creation, empowerment, growth. Do you think these concepts are understandable for an animal? These are all man-made, cultivated things. No, you have to be very balanced in these approach. But when it comes to something like natural human instinct, like family, you know, friends, passion, love, creativity, art, this is something even the animals which cannot speak, they understand. Food, they understand food, they understand family, they understand love, they understand nature. This you don't have to restrict and tell, oh, I will only sleep for, I will only spend time with my family for 3 hours. I have time 1.2 hours scheduled in my Google Calendar for family. No. So you don't have to put that restriction. Be very balanced approach when it comes to man-made, man-created things. But be very flow. Be in a flow. Don't keep the deadline for true human spirits, true human soulful things. And this is creativity as a process also. Do not keep time, especially for young entrepreneurs. There are two different processes. One is the balanced state, one is building organization, bringing stability. Second is the creative process that has to, you have to sit entire night and let your brain, you know, soak your brain, soak your ideas on that project, scribble. It's a dirty process, but it's that what builds the stability next. Coming to having two different and separate life, yes, I believe in that for sure. Imagine you build all of this. I have spoken to a lot of great people who have done great things, and end of the day they always tell, I wish I spent more time with my loved one. I wish I took that trip. My friends always called me for that trip, I never took it. I wish I probably around say read a book by the sea. No, I don't want to keep regrets. So I believe, yes, I have a very organized schedule, because to improve the efficiency of the whole organization, I have to have that efficiency in me. But I also have a very balanced approach to complete life, you know, travel, anything that brings pleasure, maybe hobbies. I like horse riding. I love surfing. I love being near beach. And I make sure I do that, because time will pass anyways, but how you spend time with that, how you be alive. My dad told me, like, Sagarika, there are a lot of people who are living this life and only few are alive. We are all just in this rat race, you know, money, wealth, power, accumulation, degree, stability, family, we're all there. But this is a rat race, I think. Even if you win in the I think the problem with rat race is, even if you win, you're still a rat. Okay? To feel very human, to feel grounded, you need to. I don't have to set an alarm when I'm timer when I'm spending time with my grandma. Okay, I don't have to have that. So you have to also have life. You have to appreciate small things. You know, just getting up and keeping my foot on the grass makes me happy. It's just that pleasure. That is my life, and I like it that way.
And like example, if you have got a chance to meet Prime Minister of India, and like what question would you have asked him first?
Present Prime Minister?
Yes.
Narendra Modi, you're
Yeah,
telling? Oh, this is a very interesting question. Uh, Probably, I mean, this is very interesting. I've never thought about this.
Like anything. Like
What would I
once in
say
your
to
mind.
him? Yes, of course, I would wish him, and then probably, as seeing India, I think we all as a citizen have to improve in civic sense. I think that is something I see, and I would request the Prime Minister to give a severe focus on is civic sense. As we are growing, we are improving our economy, but I also see the civic sense in people. I've seen, it's very surprising, I've seen very successful people and they just throw the wrapper outside the car. I'm not judging them, but the civic sense overall in India, we need to improve. As a citizen also, it's a responsibility of all of us to build a better environment for each other and also the youth that's coming ahead. Second thing is maybe focus on the education system, because I also come from education background. Um, if you are going to be, if you want to know where the country is going in next 10 years, just look at the Gen Zs, just look at the youth, and you will know where it is going. And I think our education model needs a lot of changes, and I'm also working on advocating a lot of things in that aspect. We as EduAsia and my dad, we always, when we are speaking, we speak stuff like this. If I was a president, a prime minister, what would I have done? Do you think I would have done better than him, or wouldn't I be able to manage? It's the second question. But do I still have that good vision for the country? So this is the things that I would say.
And one of the most trending questions is like that: will AI take humans off?
I think I've answered this question many times. According to the research by UNESCO, it says that 92% of the human jobs will be replaced by AI, like artificial intelligence, information technology, drones, soldiers, all of these people will be replaced. And for that, you need something that machines cannot do. You know how it doesn't mean that just because the AI is there, you will be left out. You will have new jobs. You see, when AI is coming, even problems are arising like cyber security. Who will manage those machines? Human beings. So a lot of other job creations will also happen, which will be based on four skills that I call it as 4 C's: communication, creative thinking, critical thinking, and collaboration. So these 4 human skills will, the people who have these 4 skills will not be replaced. I don't see an AI replacing an novelist. Okay, I don't see an AI replacing an artist, because he has his own style, he has his own this thing. I also don't see an AI replacing a very dynamic leader. I also don't see an AI replacing a very creative software engineer. But I do see an AI replacing a normal leader. I do see an AI replacing a regular artist. I do see an AI replacing a regular software developer. So with time, we all have to evolve, and to have the aspect of critical thinking, creative thinking, collaboration, and communication are the 4 crucial skills.
And do you think the women's are getting opportunity in abroad more than India?
Yes, that I think I should address this here. Opportunities are there everywhere. But for the same job I'm doing here, if I'm getting paid more there, why should a woman stop? So that is probably part of the reason. And it's not just in India. A lot of other countries also, women migrate when they have better opportunities. If we say it's 75 cents for one men's dollar. Okay, if a guy is earning in corporate, if a guy is earning certain amount, women will be earning like a 75 cents for $1 equivalent. So why is that gap? Why is that thing? One of the thing is to be really honest. If you are really good at what you do, nothing will matter. Irrespective of gender, you will be given that position, you will be given that facility, you will be taken care of it. But women, biologically, we are not natural risk takers like men. So that one factor will decide the salary, decide the income of the woman. Yes, abroad, a lot of people are going for a lot of factors, but also male population is also moving.
Yeah.
It depends on a lot of factors to answer that question.
And like, what is your one hobby which you do in your free time?
Of course, reading books is one thing. I also like to write diary. Since kid, I have a small library of diaries I've
Yeah.
written since kid. So that habit I have every night. I just make sure, or every day. Sometimes some days I miss, but I make sure I cover them up. So one is writing, creative writing. I am a very outgoing person. Like I need to be doing something. So I now I don't get enough time. Like probably horse riding or surfing. They're my major hobbies right now. I also recently started to learn Greek language. Maybe learn a new language. I like horse riding. I told that. So yeah, travel in given time. Yes, I also started learning tango, the dance. I mean, I started learning few couple of years ago, but in India I don't get a partner or even proper coaching to do that. But I'm just figuring it out. So yes.
Like, what is the difference between a brand and a business? Because so many people get confusion over what is brand and what is business. So according to you, what is
You are asking in terms of running a business?
No, like just normal. Like, what is a brand and what is a business?
Okay, so I think people will come to you when you have, like, people come to people when they have a good brand. And brand, in the sense, it differs from different industry. We have creative industry, we have intellect industry, we have manufacturing and those industries. So when we say brand, it reflects the values of the business. Okay, people come to brand not because you sell a product, because the same glass, even just think of it like a sunglass, you know. Even Ray-Bans make the sunglass, even Hermes, Gucci, Tom Ford, they also, Jacques Marimas, they also make sunglasses. But why do certain people choose certain brand? Is because the brand tells a story and the brand has a certain brand value. Some people resonate to some brand value. Some people resonate to Ray-Ban. So they go. Some people like Gucci, they buy that. So that is one thing. And building a brand is not a one-day process, you know. People, it takes time. It takes over time. Like Tata is a brand that everybody trusts. Even you go, people will blindly close their eyes, pray and get Tata. How many, the same salt, lot of companies sell it. Why are our customers not doing the same thing? It's because it's built on trust. It sells a brand value. So it's built on trust and it's built over years. Suddenly, I see I think a lot of entrepreneurs these days, what they do, they suddenly want huge success overnight. You know, like 5 years I should be making revenue. Very good, very excellent, because in this generation it is possible. In this era what we are in, it has never been this easy in the whole human mankind to be this successful and get what we want at the time we decide. Very nice, but at those process and that speed, when you go, you lose few things like brand values, you know, communicating few things. There are also very good examples, like few of my friends' brands only, they've come very recently and they're doing tremendously good. So
And any one sector you think which has a future rise?
I definitely, I love geopolitics. I just keep studying the trends. I'm also reading this very nice book recently, The Sovereign Individual, and it says what's gonna. I think quantum technology is one industry where it definitely, just now how we shifted from information to AI. From AI we'll go to quantum technology. Second, nanotechnology, but also data centers and energy. In right now, data centers, we have so much data, AI is coming, we have so much data, where are we going to store it? You know, that is going to be a very booming industry for sure. And data, and one more was energy, because to store that data you need to have lot of energy. And then I was just watching how these Arab and Dubai prince are planning their energy sector, and I have a lot of friends from energy sector. We were just having a conversation, and they told the next globally, the global fund, the 25% of the whole global economy will be in energy sector, which will have a lot of other interlinked industries. So it's, I mean, first it is, right now it's data centers and energy sector. I mean, obviously, see, with these industry, other industries which are linked will grow, like finance industry will grow, tech industry will grow. But after that, we will have quantum technology and nanotechnology.
So actually, I don't know what is quantum technology. So,
Quantum technology is a very huge topic. Like there's a very funny saying in for those who study quantum physics. Like I told recently, I've been obsessed with quantum physics, and one scientist said there are only two sort of people in this world: those who don't understand quantum physics and those who act like they understand. So basically, nobody understands quantum physics. Quantum technology is a higher level of technology, where technology is based on energies, like something that's invisible but also affects us a lot. So it is a very huge topic. We should probably